Russ Meyer's faster Pussycat Kill Kill isn't technically soft porn. It's described as a sexploitation movie. I'm Jay Harangue and I talk about soft porn and stalker movies.
You should subscribe.
So we start by seeing these three go-go dancers at work. Vala, Rosie and Billy. I think it's safe to say that this guy is enjoying the show.
Go, baby, go! Go, baby, go!
Okay.
When they're not dancing, they're racing their sports cars around the desert. Now, this was made in 1965, and it looks like they've not quite mastered the art of making it look like people are driving when they're not. To me, it just looks like they're sat in parked cars and that people are rocking them off camera. Billy has decided to go for a swim. This annoys the other two, so Vala tells Rosie to go and get her.
So I gotta get the wet because Lady Godiva wants to swim?
This scene basically establishes Vala as the leader and Billy as the loose cannon. When Rosie goes in to get her, there's this fight. There's not much point in it, but before it gets too out of hand, Vala breaks it up.
You wanna prove something, chickies? Let's see who the real chicken is.
So it's a game of chicken, and here we get more shots of them sat in clearly stationary cars before Vala wins the game. So now they're just hanging out in the desert, and Billy decides it's time to put the radio on and dance.
My motor never runs down, baby. So, I'm working up a new routine.
Another car pulls up, and this guy Tommy gets out.
Nice set of wheels.
Would you like to look under my hood?
And this is his fiancée Linda, who I assumed initially was his daughter, but no, it's just bad casting. Tommy races cars too, but not against other people. He does time trials because he's boring. He asks Linda if she can time him, but Linda gets distracted because Billy starts dancing again and she joins in.
Hey, the kid's all right.
Vala seems to be really angry that Tommy only races against the clock, so she says, "Why don't you race against me if you reckon you're so good?"
I don't have to prove anything.
Ooh, you're odd.
Seconds later, they're racing. This race goes on far too long. I couldn't even tell who was winning, but Vala comes out on top, and for some reason, Tommy ends up hurt.
Oh no!
Apparently, during the race, Tommy almost killed Vala as he lost control of his car, so Vala starts getting seriously aggressive with Linda. Tommy, who's no longer injured apparently, comes to the rescue, but Vala has totally lost the plot and starts fighting him. And Tommy is dead, so they bury his body. They can't have Linda going around telling the police or anyone else, so they drug her and take her with them. But they need to get to a gas station. After a few minutes of being unnecessarily rude to this gas station attendant, Billy clocks this big guy.
What a hunk of stuff.
The attendant explains to the girls that he's known as the vegetable due to his feeble-mindedness.
Excuse me?
These are not my words, by the way. This is all in the plot description, so don't get upset that I'm having a go at people with learning difficulties. Anyway, the old guy the vegetable's carrying around is his dad, the cripple. The cripple lost the use of his legs in a railroad accident.
Isn't that terrible?
Of course, they gave him a big hunk of money for a settlement.
As he doesn't believe in banks, it's believed that the money he received is buried out somewhere on his property, so the girls see this as an opportunity and follow the vegetable's truck.
Don't follow too close.
When they get to the cripple's house, Rosie's like, "What are we going to do with Linda?" Vala's like, "She'll be our cover story. We'll tell them that she ran away from a rich family, we found her, and that we're bringing her back."
Oh, that is so phony. It's almost believable.
Vala tells Billy to watch Linda while she goes to check the place out. So Vala's looking through the door and listening in to the cripple talking to the vegetable.
You see anything interesting?
This is the cripple's oldest son, Kirk. The cripple comes out and asks what she's doing there. She says her and her friends have been driving for ages and would like to use some of their water. The cripple doesn't seem to have much time for women.
They let them vote, smoke, and drive.
But he agrees to let them use the water anyway. Rosie is worried that the cripple is going to call the police if Linda tells him what's actually going on, but Vala's not worried because she knows he's a perv.
He ain't blowing the whistle on any broad under 50.
The cripple asks the girls why Linda was tied up and gagged. Vala tells him the story she made up earlier, and he seems to have bought it and suggests they all have lunch together. While the girls are planning on grabbing the money and killing the family, the cripple is planning on keeping the girls for his own amusement.
That young'un, tender as a cottontail.
He's a creep.
Billy comes up and makes it obvious she's keen on banging the vegetable, so the cripple suggests she shows her his workout routine. So she leaves Linda with the cripple while she goes into the vegetable's workout room. While she's in there, she hears Linda scream, and then she comes out and sees that the cripple has been pushed out of his chair. Linda's escaped and Billy needs to find her before Violet and Rosie get back, so she takes the vegetable out to look for her. Linda has already made it to the road and she manages to flag down this truck, but it's Kirk's truck. And he just drives her back to the house, and just in time for lunch. Rosie's like, look, why don't we just kill Linda? She's trouble. But Violet's like, no, the cripple wants to shag her, so we can use her to get the money. Billy has been trying to shag the vegetable, but he goes crazy when he hears the sound of a train and runs off.
You were a long time coming. You're telling me.
Violet now plans to seduce Kirk and hopes that if they can't find out from the cripple, Kirk will tell her where the money is. At lunch, Violet is flirting with Kirk and Billy is getting drunk. Violet hits Billy and this sets Linda off as she starts screaming about how Violet killed Tommy, but nobody seems to care. In fact, this sets the cripple off and he starts telling everyone how his wife died giving birth to the vegetable because he was so big.
I just hate him. And he's my blood.
That's nice. When they finish eating, Violet takes Kirk out to the barn and then they bang. But Billy has passed out drunk and Linda has escaped again. The cripple takes the vegetable out to go and look for her, but Violet needs to find her before the cripple does. But the cripple and the vegetable have found her first. Vegetable chases her down and tackles her, and for some reason the cripple gets out of the car and starts crawling towards them. Violet and Kirk catch them up and put a stop to it. Violet's convinced that the cripple planned to force Linda into stuff.
Oh, dear.
Kirk's like, right, this is too much now. The vegetable needs to be committed, and I'm taking Linda home. The cripple's like, I don't think so, Kirk. Not without the keys. He says he's thrown the keys away, so Kirk starts walking. But he's got them in his hand, so he gets Vegetable to drive him back to the house. Violet gets back to the house first, though, and tells Rosie and Billy, right, new plan, we're killing everyone.
Smart. Billy's
like, no way, this has gone too far now, so she starts walking off, but she's not getting away. So Billy's dead. The cripple gets back, sees Billy's dead body and is like, okay, I'm calling the sheriff. But he can't get over this step. So he's dead too. All the money's in his wheelchair, so now all they have to do is deal with the vegetable. But he's seen Billy's body and is really upset about it. And he thinks Rosie's the one who killed her. So now she's dead too. After a long battle, Violet manages to crush him against the wall with her car. He's not dead, but he's in no state to follow her when she goes after Kirk and Linda. She catches up to them in the desert. She's like, okay, I've killed your dad and your brother, and you're next. Then there's this fight. Violet gets the upper hand and is raining blows down on Kirk, so Linda hits her with the truck.
Yes!
And that's the end of the film. So until next time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and check out this other video. Thank you.